Morning. Happy Friday Eve. I love to say that. It is the end of the week. It actually feels like a Friday today. The kids are off today and tomorrow, and they have conferences today. So trying to get all of my things done early and out of the way so that I can take time to do that with their teachers today. But I wanted to come in quickly this week. If you're noticing a trend, I usually come in on Thursdays. I love to come live and share with you what's happening in our communities, how you can get involved, and also just give you some insight, my most helpful tips, things that you can walk away with that are tangible, that you'll be able to take into your life to improve the health, the fitness, the business, the career, whatever kind of topic of the day that we are diving into. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys was how excited I am. If you remember, I shared with you back in October that I wanted to kind of test out some of the nutrition coaching certification process that I had gone through. And I found a couple of guinea pigs clients inside of my community that I already work with. And it was kind of a really cool experiment to go through. And I think that this is the best way for you to get data, right? In order to implement something new or different that you're not sure if it's going to work or not, right? So I asked for about 5 volunteers or so from my existing client community that maybe wanted to dive into nutrition a little bit more. Also, maybe they've been struggling for a long time. They've been with me for a really long time, but they really have not been able to put the pieces of the puzzle together for that part of things. So I was like, let's go through this process. I'm going to take you through an assessment. I'm going to find out a little bit more about what your life is like right now. Some of these women have been with me for years and years. So their seasons of life have changed. Their dynamic, their family, their work life, their jobs, and all of that kind of stuff has all changed since we first started working together. So it was really good for me to kind of get an inside look into some of these women's lives, what they're doing, and all of that kind of stuff. So, and let me just say that UPS is here, so hopefully the dog does not go bananas. She is sleeping, so hopefully she won't even notice. Yay! Okay, so was a really cool experiment, and what I started to notice right away was that everyone was experiencing much of the same issue when it came to food. I found that they were all not eating enough. And that one is not super surprising, but I think they were more surprised than anything else because they were saying, oh, I eat healthy. I know what to do, right? But they were not getting in enough fuel for the activities that they were doing outside of exercise even, right? Like their daily life was so busy, they were forgetting to eat. They were not eating. They were not fueling their bodies the way that they needed to, right? The other really commonality with everybody was that they weren't getting enough protein. They were just not, tracking that. They were not fueling themselves post-workout. A lot of them complained that they were sore and things like that. So it was fun for me to sort of see how I could connect the dots for them, right? They had some knowledge of nutrition, but they needed that next step, right? So the next step from the assessment was to create a nutrition report for them. So I created custom nutrition reports based on their needs, their goals, their activities, if they had any dietary restrictions, if there was something specific that they, preferred, like 3 meals a day versus 5 or 6 or whatever worked well for them. So I created that custom nutrition report and we started to get to work. And then what I found was that even though I was coaching them one-on-one, I was saying the same things over and over and over to them collectively. We talked about how to pair, how to add more protein into your meals and how to add an extra half serving to those meals, right? We talked about building out their plate. No, not one of them was getting a balance. They thought, okay, I know veggies are good. A lot of them were scared of carbs though. So we've had to debunk some myths. We've had to unlearn some really bad behaviors that we've kind of brought over with us. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm 48 years old. So I grew up in that fat-free diet generation where, it was low fat, no fat, carbs are bad, all these food rules that we've put upon ourselves, right? So we have had to really work to understand and almost erase the the learning that we've learned about food over the years and put our blinders on and focus on what it is that we need, right? I'm always telling my clients that you have to walk before you can run, right? You don't run out and go start running a marathon, right? You can't just decide I'm going to go run a marathon. You have to train for a long time, right? It's going to take time, and you have to have a baseline in order to start, and then you can climb from there, right? So it's the same with your nutrition. I always start everyone at a basic baseline where we're talking about building a balance, making sure that you're getting in the basics, right? And getting consistent with those basic habits, right? And then also, and going back to unlearning habits, like sharing with them that it's okay to have treats and learn how to do healthy, cocktails and go out and celebrate. Like, this is a busy time of year, right? And a lot of people, don't like to start a new program, don't like to start anything new because they're so afraid of what they might have to give up, and that, it will just be too much for this holiday season. So I love to be able to come and share with them, like, here are some, healthy recipes, here are some healthy swaps. And if you're doing A, B, and C all week long, like 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time you're being healthy and paying attention to what your body needs. And then 20% of the time, go out and enjoy the holiday parties and the festivities and grandma's cookies and pies and things like that, right? Because we know that the very next day, it's not like you eat pie all day long, right? It's a very small portion of your time. So trying to just unlearn these bad behaviors. But it's been really, really, really exciting. So as a result, I've implemented for November nutrition coaching as a top priority with my clients. So when you get started with us and you enroll inside of our Fit Gym community, I will send you that assessment form, and your custom nutrition report will come with that. So that's going to give you, that's step one. That's going to give me a better inside look for you and what it is that you need and what it is that your goals are right now, and then how we can create that baseline to move forward, right? You also get access to my wellness platform, where there are literally hundreds of workouts and fitness and yoga and meditation and mindset, and all of that comes with your enrollment when you get started with us. But I really, like I said, I really love to start with that bench line. And we kind of, it's also not cookie cutter. Like, I like to say that, my most favorite thing is working one-on-one with people, because I realize that we're like snowflakes, right? And there's no two of us alike. And I can't say to you, this is what's going to work for you. And even though we're seeing these commonalities in the women inside of my groups, that's maybe not true for everybody, right? So we're looking to literally take you from where you are and make it better. And that could be individualized, right? So, I think that also a big thing for us to stay focused on, and creating all these balances going into the new year, is being consistent with these habits, right? So again, having to walk before you can run, creating that baseline. And those are things that we're working as we're moving into December. So I'm really excited about our themes. Like, this month is all about gratitude. We have been, if you've been seeing my posts, I've been sharing some of the bonus gratitude journaling PDF prompts and holiday tips. Some of kind of just cover the tip of the iceberg of the things that we're learning in our community. But those are free resources for you guys to grab. There was a post I did last night, and there's a link in the comments of that post to grab those free resources and get started with gratitude. This week, we're talking about how to take your nutrition from good to great, not restrictions. We're not talking about eliminating macros. We're not talking about, counting carbs and calories and all of those things. We're talking about the healthy choices and healthy swaps that you can do to do better, right? For example, adding more vegetables to your plate, right? We talk about, you'll hear me say often that we're building our plate consists of the 4 things: protein, carbs, veggies, and fat. And you're building a balanced plate with each portion, right? And so, we get into the deeper of what that looks like for you. But those are that's basically what we're talking about: nutrition from a good to great. And then as we go into the Christmas season, we go into December, we're going to really be talking about just having that healthy balance, making time for yourself, how important it is to put yourself first, so that you can tackle all the other things that are going to come your way. way. Like, this is probably the perfect time to get started with something so that you can start with yourself, take that time, have that self-care. The fitness is going to give you those endorphins that are going to make you happy and excited. The nutrition is going to give you the energy that you need to keep Christmas shopping and keep doing your job and all the fun things that come along with that. The support and accountability of the group is going to help you to stay accountable. It's going to have you have a community of like-minded women that are just like you, going through the same things as you. You can lean in there. I mean, this group is on fire right now. These girls are posting. Some are starting new programs, fitness programs. Some are like halfway through. Some are getting ready to end. And they are saying, what's next for me? I need something new to start Monday. And so being a part of that camaraderie where you're getting lifted up and pushed into taking care of yourself, right? There's no better feeling than being a part of a community and linking arms with other women that are just like you. And mostly moms. I'll say mostly working moms are inside of my group. So all of them struggle with making time for themselves. All of them struggle with balancing family dinners and mealtime. And so these are things that we talk about. These are things that we connect with inside of our community because we know we can relate. We know what each other is going through. So it is like exciting and liberating. And if you've seen my posts, we've got a new program coming out. So for me, I'm excited because I'm trying out some new programs that I'll be able to share with you guys about what it is I'm doing and how I can improve and tweak and get better and better. And then, of course, we have this one-on-one support. I just started with a new person on my app this morning. So I do one-on-one messaging, video messaging, and that is included with your first 30 days. As far as not the coaching is always included, but the nutrition coaching, taking a deeper dive with that assessment and the customer nutrition report, that's included for the first 30 days. And then if you feel as though you need to take a deeper dive into nutrition coaching after that, then we talk about next steps into that, going forward. But this is first 30 days we're talking about with this. And you also have access to the groups and coaching with me and all of these things for the lifetime of your membership, which is about a year. Typically we start with one thing and we kind of go. So I want you also to think that this is not like 30 days and you're done. This is not like 6 weeks and you're done. You should be looking at this as a lifestyle change. We are going to be starting to the learning piece of it is just going to start in the beginning, right? So it's going to take us like 30 days to get to know each other, for me to get you going with report and understanding that and walking through that and talking about, implementing specific habits to you, what you need, right? And this is obviously a busy time of year, so there's a lot of stuff going on, right? So I want you to take into consideration that's going to take time for you to get going, right? That it's not going to happen overnight. We start working on yourself, and then in December we'll reassess how can we change things up. What you want to stay kind of like status quo? What kind of a fitness program are you looking for? Are you looking to change your nutrition? Where does that go? And then we'll reassess again for the new year, right? So it's almost like a building blocks, right? You're creating the baseline, and then we kind of build and walk from there. So when you sign up for our Fit Gym and enroll with us this month, you get that the custom nutrition report and all of that stuff. But you are also working with me for at least a year. So that is incredible. And I always think about where you want to be next year at this time, right? Think about what your goals are at that point. Okay. So we talked about all of what was included. And I think, the first step is getting started, right? So number one is to just commit to yourself that I'm going to do this, right? And we're not talking about like a bikini contest or like a crazy challenge. We're talking about being part of a community and having accountability for your health. And you cannot put a value on that, right? There's no greater gift that you could give yourself this holiday season than to be taking care of yourself, right? And I always use that example of the oxygen mask on the airplane, right? If they tell you to put that oxygen mask on yourself first before you put it on others, like, why do you think that is? Because you're no good to anyone else if you're sick or hurting or your energy is low or you're not yourself. This is the best thing that you could ever possibly do for yourself this holiday season. And think about then where you will be when the ball drops on New Year's Eve and going into January, how you'll feel starting. You've already started these successful, healthy habits, and where that's going to take you into 2023. And I would just love to have you be a part of that with us. Okay, so step one is committing to yourself and saying, yes, I'm ready. I want to start. I want to learn more. Step two is filling out the assessment form. So I think I should be able to drop this. I did this yesterday. I should be able to drop this in the comments. Sorry, I should have pulled it up, right? Google Forms. So step two is filling out the assessment form. Let me find the right place. And this is actually the short version. After you fill out this form, we'll get into the food, like more. Like once you've made a commitment, then I'll send you the assessment form. This is just basically basic info form, if that makes sense. Okay, so you want to drop this in the comments below. So you can fill out that short form, and that would be basically letting me know that you'd like to have a discussion about getting started, right? Some basic questions on there. I'll reach out to you in your email inbox, and we'll have our conversation from there. We just want to make sure if it's a good fit. If we find that the things that you're going through and the things that you're struggling with may not be a good fit for our community and what it is that we're doing, no harm, no foul, but at least we had the discussion to figure that out. I think that, and then from there, we'll talk about the details and next steps on how to get started and what that looks like. So I would love to have discussions with you guys. If you want to get on a phone chat with me, that's another next step. But let's start by filling out that form. And let's see, I've got maybe through the weekend that I'm keeping enrollment open for. I'm so bad at dates. Oh, here we go. The 13th, it's Sunday. So up until the weekend, I am taking spots for the Fit Gym. So I've got 5 spots open. Okay. I'm keeping it small this month because I want to make sure to give you that one-on-one attention that you need to help you to be successful going into the coming months. Okay. So I'm keeping it small. You'll already be joining our existing group of women. So I love that because they have been there and they can attest to all the things that have going on, and they're going to be in there to support you and cheer you on just like I am. So that is exciting. So if you want one of those spots, click on that form. I do actually think I have a couple of promo codes left too. So I think I have $20 off codes. They're still good this month. So that's something. But we'll get into discussion about like pricing and where you fall. We'll talk about your budget, what your financial situation is, and like match you to the right place where that takes into consideration too. But remember, this month nutrition coaching is free, included with your order. My gift to you, because it is that important for you guys to get started. And I really, if you go on my website, you'll see that I charge $65 an hour for my coaching. $600 for 12 weeks with me. So that's something that you could always do on its own, just nutrition coaching. But know that when you enroll into our program and you get access to the wellness community and the wellness platform and the fitness and all the things, including your choice of supplements, I forgot to add that, that you have, that is included. So that's a huge value to be able to include for you guys going into November. But like I said, there is no greater gift that you could be giving yourself than taking care of yourself and your health and putting you first, right? Like think of the alternative: expensive medicines, expensive healthcare, doctor visits, things of that nature. And if you knew that you could prevent aches and pains and disease and all kinds of other things that are awaiting you as you age, wouldn't you want to do that and start that now? Seems like a no-brainer to me. All right. If you guys have questions, drop them below. If you come back later, or if you're watching this on the replay, I will come back later and check the comments. I'm an open book, so you can drop any comments that you have below. Chances are someone else might have the same question, so it's good to spark that discussion. But you can always message me privately too if you want to know really uncover if this is going to be the best fit for you. Like I said, step 1 is committing to yourself. Step 2 is filling out that form in the comments below. Short little form, just give me a little quick insight look on what your needs are, and then I'll reach out to you in your email, and we'll take and talk about details and next steps from there. Okay. All right, you guys, happy Friday. Let me know if you need help with anything. Grab that free resource that I mentioned. Posted last night, so it's a graphic you'll see on my page, on my profile, and it's gratitude and holiday tips, free resources for you guys. There's journal prompting, there's a journal sheet, there's a family calendar of things to do with your family during the holidays, some other goodies. So make sure you click on that. Oh, and if you guys are interested in caramel brownie superfoods, yes, superfood smoothie, caramel brownie is launching today. I cannot wait. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, those links will be live. So if you're looking to upgrade your protein superfood smoothie routine, message me and I'll hook you up. I cannot wait to order my box. And I will definitely come back with a taste test for sure. So I hope you guys are having a great Friday Eve and have a great weekend. And message me if you have any questions or need help with anything. All right. Bye, guys.